What's up, guys? I'm back again today with another video, and it's about knife. And this knife came in the mail yesterday. A few days ago, the maker basically just messaged me and he said the knife's about to get finished. Totally forgot about this knife, to be honest. So basically I went ahead and asked for his bank account and details, went ahead and proceeded with wiring him the money, and within a few hours later I got the tracking code, and the knife came in yesterday in the mail. The maker of this knife is called TITOZYX. I don't know if there is any name for this specific model, but so basically most of his knives basically look like this, with slight differences in sizes. I own 3 of his knives, and this being the third one. This is the first one right here. This was a prototype, wasn't supposed to be sold, but I insisted on buying this one. As you guys can see, the knife is not centered, but I can live with that. And a knife is a knife, you know. I don't really care if it's centered or not. This would be the second one. As you guys can see, this is in carbon fiber scale. Now, all of his knives do not use any ceramic pivot, ball bearing. There are, I think he uses brass. What's the right word for it? I haven't been playing with knives for a couple of close to a year. I think, you know, I haven't been updated with knife terminology, I guess. Now, so basically, back to this knife. As always, I'm always impressed with the quality of his knife. Now, like I said, many times, this knife is custom handmade locally here in Indonesia. You guys have to understand, like I've said this over and over again, makers in Indonesia use very limited amount of machining, at least computerized machines. So basically they are using manual mills and drill press, etc., Dremels, and the quality that they produces are actually quite impressive, in my opinion. As you guys can see, despite of all the cosmetic or the surface finishing imperfectness, quote unquote, I guess, depends on how you look at it, I actually like it. It's actually really well made. As you guys can see, it's actually quite precise. Look at that pocket clip, straight and tight, and the tolerances of that gap for the frame lock is actually quite good. Okay. I think he left that machining marks on purpose for character. I think I actually dig it, and all the grain, I guess, if you want to call it like that, actually looked pretty good as well. The finishing, I do not have any information of the specs of this knife. I've asked for it and he haven't replied me yet. The scale for this one is brass. He tried to use copper, but I think copper is basically too soft for this application. And after fitting the knife, its final stage, I think he basically tightened it up while he's using copper, and then because of the nature of copper, I think it's basically too soft. The knife simply would not, that blade at least will not it keep having blade play, let's, you know, for the lack of better terms. So he eventually went with brass, which is this one right here. As far as I know, I think brass patina less than copper. Let's see. I mean, I just got this knife one day, so let's see how this turns out. In terms of action, considering this is not a ceramic pivot construction, it's really smooth. Like all of his knives, the edges are chamfered and it's very well. Look at that. I mean, you bear in mind this is done with simple tools, and not using any CNC, etc., etc. All right, so that's what I need to say about this knife. Basically, if you guys want to get this knife, contact the guy. Put his information on the description below. Contact him, order the knife, but be prepared to wait a couple of months, because actually is quite an artistic guy. So but when he finishes the knife, it comes out really good. The quality is really good as well. Centering, it's not perfectly centered. I mean, it's easily fixed. I mean, I can do that myself, adjust it. But oh yeah, the frame lock, the locking, it's really late, but that's what I like. Okay, I don't get the whole idea of having early lockup. I actually like this kind of lockup. I think it's actually look really safer, in my opinion. Feels solid. There's no blade play whatsoever. Okay, and thumb stud opening method. To smooth out since yesterday. Really good. Okay, really impressed with it, really satisfied. Give the guy a call, order your knife right now. Thank you very much. God bless. Bye bye.